Ladies and gentlemen, hello. How are you doing? This episode is brought to you by Wednesdays. But I would just say that this is not for youth normality. This subject is too broad. It's too big of a subject just to be for youth normality. This is something that is very dear to my heart. I paid very little attention to it before this happened. I paid even less attention to it as it was walking past me, and when I encountered it in the street. And I say that with total shame. I say it with shame because it wasn't until I actually became one, in the sense of the word, that I started to understand how isolated and how decimated and how feeble a person can feel when they are encountered or when they are dealing with this subject. It's not an illness. It's not a disease. It's not something that you catch. It's not something that, we dealing with the COVID. It's not something that you put your hand on. It's something that either you born with or something happens to you in your life and you become part of the family. Okay, I'll let the suspense, for lack of better words, dispense itself. Talking about disabilities, not just physical disabilities. That's the obvious one. Like, that's something that you can see. That's something that you can visualize. That's something that you can, you can pay attention to. That's even something that you might be able to say to your friend in the car. Hey, you might even make fun of it. Hey, listen, man. Teach his own. One thing that I refuse to give up is my sense of humor. And the truth is that everyone probably have caught themselves walking down the street laughing at someone who had a disability or laughing at someone who did something that we considered to be funny, but to them it was pretty normal. Wow. I say that because sometimes I wonder maybe how a person would view me, how a person would... Oh, let me just get to the bottom line. Because people are looking at me like, how are you disabled? And it's okay, cool. Like, I was playing sports my whole entire life. Everybody know my life was really good. I had a really, really good life, regardless of the ups and downs and the turns that I had. And I was very fortunate to go to college and play sports, both sports, football and basketball. A little better at basketball, made more money playing football. But in the end, like all sports, I got injured and didn't take care of my body because I felt as though I needed to be important. And I needed to be important at any cost, like regardless of whether my body paid for it or not. And right now, I am regurgitating that mindset. And I had an opportunity to be blessed enough to go in the hospital, and the doctor came in and told me, hey, you're going to die if you don't have this operation. And I said, what's the operation? Let's go. Because I don't want to die. Like, who wants to die? And from that moment forth, I joined the fraternity of the disabled. I am an amputee on my left side, and my basically like 6 inches below. I'm at above my ankle. That's where the bone infection was. That's what got took. I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to move. I had to learn how to be independent. I had to learn how to accept pain. I had to learn how to do all of these things. And through the grace of the God and my understanding, I will be walking amongst you, God willing. But because I have dealt with this journey firsthand, I am ashamed of how I have not paid attention to how strong these people who are disabled are. How they walk around amongst us, how they come outside, how they get up in the morning, how they do all of these things. And I have been dealing with this for a very long time, but in this stage, a very short time, and it is absolutely mind-boggling to think about a child who has to deal with this, to think about a kid who has been dealing with this the whole time they've been in school, and the whole time they've been living, and the whole time they've been existing. And I say, oh my God, that is strength. That is strength. And it has allowed me to tap into my own strength. Come, well, it's nighttime, but come take a walk with me. Excuse me. I was eating, and I'm greedy. I was eating on the way out here, and so back to what we was talking about. A lot of times we, as human beings, us as human beings, we say to ourselves that there is no way that will happen to me. We say there's no way that could possibly be me. There is no way that can possibly be something that I would indulge with, or that was something that happened to me or my family. And believe me, I was one of those people who thought the same. I thought that, my body was too fit. I thought my body was too fit. I thought that, I was too close to God. I thought all of these things, and lo and behold, I had to realize that it's not about what I go through. It's about how I come out of that situation, how I feel about that situation, how I deal with that situation. That will determine the outcome of everything. And I can't lie. I can't sit here and tell you that, when I see people who have the ability of all of their limbs, who have the ability of all of their circumstances and their situations, as soon as that thought process and that thing creeps up into my mentality or my thinking, it reverts back to a simple word: blessings. I had someone deliver something to me who did not have an arm, and he was delivering it to me, and he carried it up the steps and into my house, and he did not have an arm. And I took that as God showing me that there is nothing that you are not capable of doing. There is nothing that you are not capable of reaching. There is no place that you are not capable of going if you put me first and you allow everything else around you to fall in place. And when the opportunity knocks, you take advantage of the opportunity. Not take advantage of a opportunity, but the opportunity. A opportunity is you taking advantage of someone else, and the opportunity is taking advantage of the opportunity that he allows or places in front of you. And with that being said, I pray that if there's a little child, there's someone being bullied in school, or if there's someone thinking about quitting, if there's someone thinking about stopping, that you understand that defeat is not an option. Stopping is not an option. Going backwards is not an option. All we can do is go forward. Once again, like always, thank you for spending the time that you spent with me, and Thank you for listening. Most importantly, without y'all, there would be no reason for my platform, anything I do. Secondly, well, firstly, really, I would like to say that, you know, you can have a great day on purpose, not because that you got anything, or not because you met someone, not because you got paid, not because your stimulus or your taxes or anything like that. God bless y'all who get them. Can happen, but at the same token, you can have a great day just because you can have a great day. And secondly, I need you to understand that, you know, waking up is the greatest achievement that you can possibly accomplish with the grace of the God of your understanding. And third, if you are miserable and you know the source of your misery and you choose not to separate yourself or allow yourself to be separated from that which makes you miserable, you are not a participant. You are not a victim in your misery, you are a participant. This is Decopbo signing off. Thank you to the Disability Association, the United States, everyone else who gave me the motivation to do this. And God willing, I'll be around for a long time to do whatever else God has for me next. Decopbo one.